Everyone, and welcome to Story Station by Words Alive. I'm Jim, and I'll be your reader today. And today we're going to be reading Chicken Big by Keith Graves, and it's brought to us by our friends at Chronicle Books, the publisher. I want to thank them for allowing us to read this book today. Before we get ready, though, and before we start reading, let's get ready by putting on our looking eyes. Get them ready so we can look at the book while I read it. And we're going to take these C's and put them behind our ears so we're listening, right? And then a little click of the voice box, right? Because, well, I'll be asking you some questions throughout the reading today. And because this book is funny, I want to hear you giggle and laugh because I think there's parts where you're going to. So let's sing our song about books to help us get us, acclimated to what a book is. I think you know these words. It starts like this. The title's on the front. The title's on the front. Hi-ho, a biblio. The title's on the front. The author writes the words. The author writes the words. Hi-ho, a biblio. The author writes the words. And the illustrator draws. The illustrator draws. Hi-ho, a biblio. The illustrator draws. And the spine binds the book. The spine binds the book. Hi-ho, a biblio. The spine binds the book. And now it's time to read. And now it's time to read. Hi-ho, a biblio. And now it's time to read. So today, again, our book is Chicken Big by Keith Graves. I like this book a lot because it's pretty funny. And you have to hang on to the very end because there's a special surprise at the end. Okay? You gonna be with me? Are we ready? Good. All right, let's start. And interestingly about this book, what he does, so he's kind of a jokester, this author. So on the title page, he kind of calls out what he's doing. And you see these chickens here and roosters, and they say, "What shall we call this book? How about chicken kind of large? Or chicken tall? No. Chicken salad." Wait. I'm having a brainstorm, says this chicken up here. Chicken Big. That's it. So we can tell we're in for a good time with an author like this who makes fun about things even as mundane as naming the book, right? So let's start. On a teeny little farm, in an itty bitty coop, right? Do we know what a coop is? A coop is a house for chickens. It's where they stay. A very small hen laid a big, humongous egg. And see, he put the egg, the word egg, E-G-G, right in the egg. And then we're going to have lots of chicken sounds. Do you know what a chicken says? Bark, bark. So we have a lot of chicken sounds that the author has written into the book. Well, the egg began to shake. And the egg began to quake. And out popped a big, humongous chick. "What is it?" cried the little rooster. "It's big," clucked the small chicken. "It's enormous," clucked the smaller chicken. "It's an elephant," peeped the smallest chicken. Then here in the littlest words, the author writes, "She was not the sharpest beak in the flock." "He's too big to stay in our itty bitty coop," crowed the little rooster. Much too big," clucked the small chicken. "He'll break the floor," clucked the smaller chicken. Indoor elephants are dangerous, squawked the smallest chicken. Now, what do we think? Do we think this big chick looks like an elephant? No. Elephant has a long trunk, right? I don't feel like an elephant, thought the big chick. And now you see him. He's outside the coop. They put in a sign. The other ones that said, the other roosters and hens said, no elephants allowed. And then you have big chick over here under a tree. We see our word bubble, right? Which is what he's saying. We're thinking to himself, and he says, I wish I were a chicken. Now we know he is a chicken. The next day, an acorn fell and conked the smallest chicken on the head. The sky is falling, she peeped. Run for your lives. Those are chicken noises. They're all scared, so the chickens ran for their lives. Don't worry, said the big humongous chick. It's only an acorn. They're actually quite tasty. Oh, I don't think elephants eat acorns, said the little rooster. I heard they only eat popcorn, clucked the small chicken. Maybe he's not an elephant, clucked the smaller chicken. The smallest chicken looked closely at the big, enormous chick. Ah, my mistake, she peeped. He must be a squirrel. A squirrel, thought the big, humongous chick. While he's enjoying his acorns, right? Later on, the smallest chicken was pecking for worms when a raindrop splatted on top of her head. Splat! The sky is leaking, she peeped. We'll all drown! Run for your lives! And the chickens ran for their lives again. Relax, said the big, humongous chick. It's only rain. Come stand under my wings, and you will stay dry. Well, I've never seen a squirrel do that, crowed the little rooster. Not very squirrelish at all, clucked the small chicken. Squirrels don't keep you dry in the rain, clucked the smaller chicken. I see what you're saying, peeped the smallest chicken. Apparently, he's an umbrella. Now, what do we think about that? Is he an umbrella? No. These are not bright chickens, thought the big chick. Well, after a while, a chilly wind began to blow. Someone has put the world in the refrigerator, peeped the smallest chicken. We are all going to freeze. Run for your lives! But they didn't get far. Don't panic, said the big humongous chick. It is only the north wind. Stand behind me, and I will protect you. Well, the chickens all felt much better. Here they are, out of the wind. An umbrella would have turned inside out in this wind, crowed the little rooster. He's not inside out as far as I can tell, clucked the small chicken. I'm all warm and comfy now, clucked the smaller chicken. Only one thing makes me feel this way, peeped the smallest chicken. Plainly, this fellow is a sweater. This is getting ridiculous, thought the big, humongous chick. Well, at nap time, the little chickens returned to the coop and found all their eggs were gone. We've been robbed, cried the little rooster. by an egg burglar, clucked the small chicken. Woe is me, clucked the smaller chicken. Woe is me too, peeped the smallest chicken. The chickens all began to boo-hoo-hoo. But the big, humongous chick saw a sneaky red fox carrying the eggs into his den a mile away. Oh, no, you don't! With 3 giant hop, hop, hops, the big, humongous chick caught up to the fox just as he was about to make himself a scrambled egg supper. There he is. There's the fox in his den. See over here. Yikes, said the fox. A hippopotamus! Even the fox got it wrong. I don't think so, said the big, humongous chick, but you are a naughty thief. The frightened fox ran away with his tail between his legs, having lost all interest in poultry. Poultry is a fancy word for chickens and ducks and birds. Well, in no time, the big chick was stomping back to the coop with the missing eggs. Our babies, cried the happy little chickens. Our hero, they all clucked. Yay! And then you have one that says, Bonk. I knew it all along, cried the little rooster. He's no elephant. He's definitely not a squirrel, clucked the small chicken. He's surely no umbrella, clucked the smaller chicken. He couldn't be a sweater, peeped the smallest chicken. Only one thing could be so smart, so kind, so warm, and so brave. Clearly he's a cow? No, shouted the others. He's what is he? A chicken. The big, humongous chick was thrilled to find out he was a chicken after all. Oh, thank goodness, he said. Now I can move back into the coop. Uh-oh, what's the problem with that, boys and girls? He's too big for the coop. Actually, it's a rather small coop, crowed the little rooster. It's itty-bitty, clucked the small chicken. Teensy-weensy, clucked the smaller chicken. But we'll make room, peeped the smallest chicken. Let's see how they make room, okay? And here's the picture. So what do we have here? We have just his head fits in the coop of the big chick. And he's so big, the other chickens have to be on top of the coop. They can't even fit inside. And they say, he still sounds like an elephant. And we know that from all those Z's. We use that letter when someone's sleeping or the noise they make when they sleep. Snoring. That's right. So we think that's the end of the book. But this author did something really clever. And that in the back of the book, he kind of continues the story, but takes the chickens out of the story and into our world. And he says, one chicken says, I don't like being on the back cover. He's talking about the book. It's lonely. It's boring. It means the story is over. Maybe we can go back to the front and start over. But we'll get lost. What if we fall off? I know a shortcut. Cowabunga! And then you have all the chickens going toward the front of the book. That's clever. And I want to thank you for joining me for Story Station and looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.